Colorado Springs comes in at number 2, then Green Bay, Boulder, and San Jose. This is CBS News.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
Have you ever thought you'd like to buy and sell houses but didn't know how or where to get the money? My name is Ron LeGrand, and over the past 40 years, I've bought over 3,000 houses without using my money or credit and taught thousands to do the same. Today, even in a virtual environment, we buy nice houses in nice neighborhoods using no banks, realtors, contractors, or other costly entanglements, and build huge cash flow and wealth without the hassle of tenants, all without credit and little or no money. You don't need a license or experience, and I'll show you exactly how it's done. Text FREE to 99799 and I'll send you my free training. I promise I'll change the way you think about real estate and open the door to a new lifestyle that doesn't involve risk or rehabs and can quickly replace your current income. Text FREE to 99799 and let me show you how to take your life back and build cash flow and wealth from your home. That's FREE to 99799. Again, text FREE to 99799.
Planning to head out for the Memorial Day holiday? So are a lot of other people.
If you are getting ready to travel, you are not alone. Whether it's planes, trains, or automobiles, Americans want to celebrate away from home. Air travel after 2 down years is back up.
It's going to be up 25% over last year. We're expecting about 3 million people are going to be traveling by air.
Ellen Edmonds is with AAA, but by far still the most popular mode of traveling is by car.
We're expecting 34.9 million people to take to the road.
Of course, it will be a bit more costly because of the price of gas. A good travel tip, be patient. Steve Futterman, CBS News.
$27 for a bottle of beer? That's what it's come to at LaGuardia Airport in New York City. Transportation authorities say they're cracking down on skyrocketing prices at 3 area airports. That $27 beer was for a Sam Adams Summer Ale at LaGuardia's Terminal C. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
I tend to second-guess dinners with friends because they're often interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit Creon.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON.com.
Folks in Otaga and Elmore counties know the difference between right and wrong. When politicians say one thing but do another, it's time for change in the State House. Jerry Starnes is a change in the right direction. He's a husband, a father, and a Christian conservative. Jerry Starnes is a Purple Heart decorated veteran. Jerry Starnes is a man of strong character, a man who loves his wife, and a man you can trust. Paid for by Jerry Starnes for State House of Representatives, 1695 Winstone Way, Prattville, Alabama, 36066.
Millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolio, which means millions are missing out on the benefits of diversification. It could be anyone. Your plumber.
Yeah, I'm here to fix your toilet.
Your nudist yoga instructor. What's up, dude? Your ex-girlfriend.
It's not you. It's me.
Or even you. While millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolios, you could be diversifying yours by investing in blue chip art with Masterworks. Go to masterworks.io, enter promo code ART.
Before deciding to invest, carefully review the important disclosures at masterworks.io/disclaimer.
Summer's just around the corner, so stock up on your favorite Untuck It shirts to look sharp and feel casual even as temperatures start to rise. Untuck It shirts are designed to be worn untucked. They have the perfect untucked length and fits for all shapes and sizes. Try new arrivals like sweat-wicking performance shirts and short-sleeve button-downs to help beat the heat. This summer, keep your cool in Untuck It shirts designed to be worn untucked. Use code SUNSHINE for 20% off your first purchase at untuckit.com.
Alabama's one and only KIV. Washington wants to control everything we do, but that isn't happening here in Alabama. We do not teach hate to our kids. We do not pay people to quit work, and we do not use tax dollars to kill our babies.
Kay Ivey. Her Alabama common sense drives Washington liberals nuts.
I signed the strongest pro-life law in America. I stood with Trump to ensure no election here can ever be stolen.
But that's not all. Kay Ivey threw Common Core out of our schools, banned transgender youth sports, and passed constitutional carry to protect our Second Amendment rights. Kay Ivey, the conservative governor the woke left loves to hate.
America's the greatest country in the world. Joe Biden may not get that, but here in Alabama, we always will.
Kay Ivey for Alabama. Paid for by Kay Ivey for Governor Inc. P.O. Box 966, Montgomery, Alabama 36101.
It could be information to change your life forever. Or the Something You Should Know podcast could just be something interesting. Monica Guzman is on a mission to depolarize America.
That animosity is called affective polarization. It's polarization based on how we feel about each other. We are actually living under more anxiety and fear than is probably justified.
We're good at doing things after something happens.
Others and guests for Something You Should Know. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by SweetGrownAlabama.org.
Southern summers have a few key features: the endless sunshine, weekend beach trips, and of course, the incredible farm fresh produce bursting with flavor in every bite. Find and support your local farmer today at SweetGrownAlabama.org.
Plenty of sunshine today after a few morning clouds. Temperatures up around 90 degrees. It will be comfortable in the humidity department, but 90 degrees is 90 degrees. And with the sun, it will certainly feel very warm. For tonight, actually very comfy, down to 60 degrees, mostly clear. We'll have a good deal of sunshine Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with some clouds mixed in. Temperatures much warmer. We're talking mid-90s, perhaps a few upper 90s. That's your first forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, we're looking pretty good. We've got one minor accident that's been reported. Marlar Road at the intersection of Vaughn. There's an accident there. That intersection is blocked due to this wreck. Marlar at the intersection of Vaughn Road, blocked due to an accident. Outside of that, interstate system's moving smoothly. No problems or slowdowns elsewhere to send you on an alternate route. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Premier Place has it all for summer. Shop It's Fashion, Burke's Outlet, Michael's, GameStop, Landmark, Big Lots, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great Clinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Selecting the best choice for tires can be confusing with all the brands and options available. Trust the #1 rated tire pros in Montgomery at Chico's Auto Pros for your tire needs.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams of WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Tuesday. Federal officials confirmed the U.S. has passed 1 million COVID deaths, and 3 out of every 4 were people 65 and older. Right now, the U.S. is averaging about 300 COVID-19 deaths per day, and experts warn new cases are on the rise. As the formula shortage continues, another in Goshen is stepping up to help. Bailey Winters is donating her breast milk to those struggling to find formula. So far, she's donated 250 ounces of breast milk. Auburn University's new president is officially taking over. Today is Chris Roberts' first official day on the job. He's called Auburn home for nearly 3 decades and served as the dean of the College of Engineering for 10 years. He wants to continue to attract high-achieving students while making the school accessible and affordable. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your WSFA Morning Headlines.
Shop the Rustic Furniture Outlet at American Oak and More.
Handmade solid wood rustic furniture at factory direct pricing.
Up to 70% off every day.
How can we sell so cheap?
Because we are a direct outlet for the factory.
We have over 1,500 items in stock available for immediate pickup or have it delivered.
Plus, we have truckloads arriving weekly.
Bedroom suites, table and chairs, occasional tables, entertainment centers, consoles, gun cabinets. If it's rustic, we got you covered.
The Rustic Furniture Outlet, Wetumpka Highway, next to American Oak and More. This is Cozy Wolf from American Oak and More. This is your special invitation to our 28th anniversary sale going on now. For a limited time, everything at American Oak and More's inventory catalog and special orders is 50% off the top tag price. That's right, half off. Living room, dining room, bedroom, home office, and outdoor. Interest-free financing available. Hurry, sale ends soon. Mattress accessories and cozy excluded.
Like we've been saying for almost 30 years. You don't pay fake money, so don't settle for fake wood.
Ron's Roofing knows that when a storm damages your roof, it's hard to know what to do next. Easy. Rely on the most trusted and recognized roofing name, Ron's Roofing. They'll help protect you from the next storm. Ron's Roofing understands that your roof is your home's first line of defense. That's why they work with all insurance companies to ensure that your home is protected from any unexpected storms. A job won't get the Ron's Roofing name on it unless it's done right. Visit ronsroofing.com or call 215-0070.
When our community is open, he volunteered to serve. Troy Stubbs, a former educator, he now is a local small business in Wetumpka. Troy Stubbs will
my comfortable chair.
In Elmore County,
Yes.
east of Montgomery.
Ah.
Trump, he's tired of political correctness and believes real leaders get things done. Troy Stubbs stands for the flag. He's not afraid to tell you he's pro-life and will fight to kick any abortion provider out of Alabama.
Right
He's
on.
proud to be endorsed by the NRA and defend our freedoms. Troy Stubbs never runs from a fight. He'll take on Joe Biden's cancel culture any day of the week. Whether it's critical race theory, endless mandates, or some far-left idea, Troy Stubbs will fight for our freedoms and against the woke mob. Proud Alabamian, steadfast conservative Republican. Troy Stubbs for State Representative, District 31.
Right on.
By Troy Stubbs for
Right
State
on.
House, PO Box 429, Wetumpka, Alabama 360.
Right on, right on, right on.
Your local radio stations are here for you. No subscriptions or monthly fees necessary. We're here to give you the news, weather, and traffic you need and the music you love. But if the foreign-owned record labels get their way, it could stop the music. They want Congress to force radio stations to pay them more money, simply to play their music. Don't let radio go silent. Text LOCAL to 52886 and tell Congress to protect local radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Tim James.
Has KIV failed us? When governors like Ron DeSantis stood up for their states, KIV caved in. She ordered COVID mandates, just like vouchers, closed our churches, raised our gas taxes. Ivy funded a transgender school where the rainbow flag flies right next to our American flag. Do we want our little ones to pledge allegiance to that? Governor Kay Ivey gave $2 million of your tax dollars to this school. It's hard to believe. I'm Tim James, but this election's not about me or her. It's about Alabama standing up for what's right and turning our country around. I'll get schools back to reading, writing, and arithmetic and stop the woke brainwashing of our children. Every child is created in the image of God. Every child has value and worth. I'll protect them. It's time to fight back.
Hey, Tim James, Governor 2022.
When it's time to get a new vehicle, Larry Puckett Chevrolet is the best place to find your new Chevy or great used car. New cars, SUVs, and trucks are being delivered daily, and Larry Puckett has their largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in over a year. Check them out online at larrypuckett.com or visit them on Cobbsport Road in Prattville. And if you have an extra vehicle, bring it in for an instant cash offer. Whether you're selling or trading, your vehicle will never be worth more. Larry Puckett Chevrolet, where the customers do the talking.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Sometimes you need to reset. Refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
sun does not appear.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine if you can. For it's another day, believe it or not, that the Lord has made. Good morning. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. The time on the clock says it is 6:18 in the morning, just in case you want to know. Today's date is May the 17th, 2022 AD. It is time for our daily bread, probably the most important, no, not probably, the most important part of our show. Each day, a word from on high, something to change your perspective, give your perspective, or at least make you think about it. Whatever it is, it's all good for the soul. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Uncommon Courage. Do you know people who have that? I do. Today's scripture insight comes from Daniel 2:24 through 30. Daniel 22:24 says, "Take me to the king. I will interpret his dreams for him. Govern yourselves accordingly." And again, it is May the 17th, 2022 AD. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that shall never, ever come again. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done this day. And you certainly don't get a chance to come back and do the things you should have done. So whatever you do this day, May the 17th, 2022 AD, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done this day. If you have lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace of God and a lot of mercy thrown in, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should not be, then it is this day that is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? Well, whatever you do, when you can, reach back and give somebody else a helping hand. Benjamin Elijah said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well that no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I've said, if that is the standard by which you live life, you shall always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. After all, we all do. But you will never be a failure until you quit. We say, give out if you must. Rest only if you can. But you never quit. You never give up. Because quitters don't win. And while winners may fail at a thing or two, they keep going. They don't ever give up. So don't you. And no matter what happens on this day, remember this. This day, like all the rest, it is still a great day to be alive. Good morning, Montgomery. It's time to rise and shine. Uncommon courage. That's our daily bread for this day, May the 17th, 2022.
Hi, friends. Thanks for joining us for today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading was written by Jennifer Benson Schultz, and she titled it Uncommon Courage. In 1478, Lorenzo de' Medici, the ruler of Florence, Italy, escaped an attack on his life. His countrymen sparked a war when they tried to retaliate against the attack on their leader. As the situation worsened, the cruel King Ferrante, the first of Naples, became Lorenzo's enemy. But a courageous act by Lorenzo changed everything. He visited the king unarmed and alone. This bravery, paired with his charm and brilliance, won Ferrante's admiration and ended the war. Daniel also helped the king experience a change of heart in Daniel chapter 2. No one in Babylon could describe or interpret King Nebuchadnezzar's troubling dream. This made him so angry that he decided to execute all of his advisors, including Daniel, and his friends. But Daniel asked to visit the king who wanted him dead. Standing before Nebuchadnezzar, Daniel gave God all the credit for revealing the mystery of the dream. When the prophet described and deciphered it, Nebuchadnezzar honored the God of gods and the Lord of kings. Daniel's uncommon courage, which was born of his faith in God, helped him, his friends, and the other advisors avoid death that day. In our lives, there are times when bravery and boldness are needed to communicate important messages. May God guide our words and give us the wisdom to know what to say and the ability to say it well. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Daniel chapter 2, verses 24 through 30. Then Daniel went to Arioch, whom the king had appointed to execute the wise men of Babylon, and said to him, "Do not execute the wise men of Babylon. Take me to the king, and I will interpret his dream for him." Arioch took Daniel to the king at once and said, "I have found a man among the exiles from Judah who can tell the king what his dream means." The king asked Daniel, also called Belteshazzar, "Are you able to tell me what I saw in my dream and interpret it?" Daniel replied, "No wise man, enchanter, magician, or diviner can explain to the king the mystery he has asked about. But there is a God in heaven who reveals mysteries. He has shown King Nebuchadnezzar what will happen in days to come. Your dream and the visions that pass through your mind as you were lying in bed are these. As your majesty was lying there, your mind turned to things to come, and the revealer of mysteries showed you what is going to happen. As for me, this mystery has been revealed to me, not because I have greater wisdom than anyone else alive, but so that your majesty may know the interpretation and that you may understand what went through your mind." Let's pray. Dear Jesus, thank you for the courage you showed during your life on earth. Fill us with your wisdom and power when we face tense situations. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Alicia Reisinger, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Nothing took that regular chair back.
Court. Here we go, all the way, gotta be
rough and tough,
airborne, every day, we run to the sun.
All right, it's time to rise and shine, people. PT time. Turn it down.
Let's fall on my knees.
We got nothing to eat but a can of beans.
Nothing to eat but a can of beans.
The bread was moldy and the meat was bad.
Bread was molded and the meat was bad.
You know darn well that you can't eat that.
Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough,
Airborne.
all the way.
When I was young, I always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. Oh!
All the way airborne, all the way driving on. All the way airborne, all the way driving on. Early one morning in the drizzling rain, when
I picked up my parachute and loaded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light, green in the golden glow. All right, PT time, baby. Airborne all the way, driving on. Here we go, all the way. Woo! Airborne. Okay, where we at? Who called cadence this morning? Where's he at? Get him out here. There we go. What?
Run some more.
Run a little, run some more.
When your left
foot hits the ground.
when your left foot strikes the ground.
Well, I run here like a laughing sound. Let me hear that clapping sound. All the way, feeling good, gonna be on the sun. Hollywood, looking good. All right, dynamite. Everybody, sound it up. Everybody, let me hear you. In the rear, keep it tight. In the middle, just it right. Let it rock. Rock steady. Rough and ready. 80 deuce. Here we come. 80 deuce. Airborne. Lean. Rough and tough. Hey you. How you feel? Feeling good. All right. Dynamite. Feeling good. Motivated. Dedicated. Wanna be. Airborne. Okay, what can I tell you? All right, not bad for an old guy. We're hanging in there doing the PT first thing in the morning. And now we pay homage to all of our armed forces of the United States of America. Because freedom is not free. Somebody has to put maintenance on it. And to all the young men and women who go out through the world, we salute you. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and now the new Space Force. I haven't figured out what to do yet, but hey, I'm sure they do something. And good morning to Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base. Good morning to you. I know you get to fly the airplanes and make us all scared, but we appreciate it. Of course, if you could bring back a 141, I'd be most appreciative. I need one more jump out of that bird, then we can retire it. And good morning to Montgomery Sanitation Department, and good morning to Montgomery's Maintenance Department, Montgomery's Fire Department, the Sheriff's Office, the High Sheriff itself, Derek Cunningham, along with Kevin Murphy. I think Kevin Murphy forgot about me, though. He got my name, but he forgot about it, brother. That's okay, though. I'm good. Good morning to his honor, the mayor of the great city of Montgomery, Mr. Stephen Reed. Good morning. Even though we disagree on some things, he always amenable and always comes up and talks to me. That's kind of a man I like. Be a man. Come see the guy you don't like. And I want to say good morning to all the people from all other places in the world that come here to Maxwell Air Force Base and Gunner to learn from the best. Oh, yeah. In order to be the best, you got to beat the best. Good morning. Simplify, Marines, simplify. Woo! And last but certainly not least, home of the 82nd Airborne, the 2nd and the 75th Rangers, Army Infantry School down at Fort Benning, and many, many, many others. First Cab, the Big Red One, and a plethora of others. The United States Army, whose motto used to be an army of one. Well, we keep changing it every couple of years. Don't forget the triple nickel. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to get all of them names one of these days. Woo! All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds everybody feeling pretty good this morning. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good this morning. I feel pretty good every morning. It's the morning that I don't feel good that you guys will know about it. Okay, I'm just saying. So every morning, people call you, how you doing? Okay, here's the rule. If I'm doing bad, I'll tell you when I come on. If I don't say anything, I don't care. Of course, I don't ever care. When you get this age, you don't really complain about days. You know, you just happy that you're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you. So I probably won't ever complain about a bad day. Because I always said there's no such thing as a bad day. There's just some bad things that happen sometimes in the day. But the day itself, if you can count it, it's still good. Good morning to you. I love our daily bread this one, uncommon courage. You think we need politicians like that, you know, uncommon courage. Okay. The guy who's not worried about whether or not he gets re-elected or not. Do the right thing. Hey, do the right thing. It is an amazing thing though, in the world of politics. Everybody always promises us this and promising us that, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, knowing doggone well that they probably won't be able to do any of the stuff they say. But I don't really mind people who lose a fight. But here's what I do mind. I do mind people who won't fight. Now you want to. I mean, be a man, fight. Okay, be a man, fight. Whether you lose or not is irrelevant. You know, some of the greatest people, individuals in our time. I mean, what would have happened if David had not slew Goliath? Fight. You know, Ronald Reagan has a and Dan Morris used to play this all the time. It's called Rendezvous with Destiny. I didn't play that one today because I love that thing. So what if Christ had decided not to go and get on the cross? You know, what if Washington had decided not to cross the Delaware? You know, you got to fight. You got to fight. And fighting is not always a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's not always a bad thing. You know, even in the Bible tells you there's a time and a season for all things. Sometimes it's time for peace. Sometimes to make a little love. But sometimes it's time to fight. Stand up. Be a man. That's what I'm saying. Throw away your umbrella, okay? Get some water on you. Get some mud on you. Go through the swamps. Don't be a wuss the rest of your life. All right, now, moving right along to other things. Got to take a break. We'll come back, of course, with the what is it? Oh, yeah, lessons of life and the word of the day. The word of the day is an interesting word, you know. Now, if you guys don't like me doing this, tell me, I'm going to do something else. But I think the word of the day helps our vocabulary. It helps us explore the lexicon of our language. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, so let's take a break, and we'll be back. Uno momento. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anyway, close to it, ain't it? Close to it. I'm being a man. I'm speaking Spanish this morning. Okay, that's right. I'm speaking Spanish this morning. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, not very much of it. Oh yeah. Now don't make me get into my Swahili voice. Okay, because I can speak a little of that too. Yeah, I'm a traveled man of the world. Still couldn't believe it when I got to Germany though that the grass wasn't blue or nothing. I was kind of scared there for a minute. First time I'd been on an airplane that went that far. I said, I know the grass is green. I wouldn't even get off the airplane. I said, I don't want to see green people. I mean, I thought the people were different colors and all kind of things. It worked out well though. They were same. Okay, it wasn't the same color I was, but they looked the same as I, except for the different color thing there. So we good. Buenas noches, buenas tardes, buenos días, guten Morgen. Let's see. That's guten Morgen is German, Deutsch. Buenos dias is Spanish. Ohio. That's Japanese for something. And shishi. That's thank you for in Chinese. One of the days I'll figure out how to say all them things in the morning. Anyway, good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. I hope this day finds you well and optimally and most favor of God. We'll be back.
Challenge. That's why there's Indeed. The powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Plenty of sunshine today after a few morning clouds. Temperatures up around 90 degrees. It will be comfortable in the humidity department, but 90 degrees is 90 degrees. And with the sun, it will certainly feel very warm. For tonight, actually very comfy, down to 60 degrees, mostly clear. We'll have a good deal of sunshine Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with some clouds mixed in. Temperatures much warmer. We're talking mid-90s, perhaps a few upper 90s. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabreeze, Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's been reported recently that would send you on an alternate route. Finishing up an accident, Marler Road at Vaughn. Outside of that, we're clear. Keep listening. We will keep you posted. Trenton State Community College is offering continuing education classes in pharmacy technician and medical billing and coding. Classes start June 6th. Call 420-4240. That's Trenton State Continuing Education. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Why are you driving around town on those old bald tires? Do you like living dangerously? Say no to old, bald, and dangerous. For all your tire needs, Chico's Auto Pros, 239-9510.
It would appear that New Year's never prosper, as almost 100 new sanctions have been handed down by the Esports Integrity Commission to players who have used an infamous spectator bug while coaching professional CSGO. 3 unnamed coaches who were going to attend the Antwerp Major were suspended just days before the tournament began on May 9th. The 3 coaches who used the bug to roam the map during the match could be banned for up to 2 years.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-791-1313. That's 800-791-1313.
Another Guardian Credit Union story.
Hey, are we trimming the same as usual?
Yeah,
How's your baby girl doing?
she's great, but with 3 kids, we really need more space.
You should check out Guardian Credit Union. We got a home equity line of credit from Guardian to finish our basement. They have low rates and a great team that's easy to work with.
Really?
Yeah, my mom got a Guardian home loan to buy her house. They refinance too.
Thanks. I'll check them out.
Connect with Guardian for all your lending needs.
Did you know that Alabama residents pay some of the highest energy bills in the country? I'm Robin Lotiker, a Republican candidate for the Alabama Public Service Commission. As an educator, I fought powerful lobbyists. If elected to the Alabama Public Service Commission, I will fight against arbitrary rate increases on Alabama families. I will work to lower your energy bills. I will fight for you. On May 24th, vote for Robin Lotiker, Alabama Public Service Commission, place 2.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing Dr. Alderson and other providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years.
95.
But now they're able to enjoy sex
That's
again.
hope for all of us.
Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including
Okay,
PSA,
I'm gonna go check it out.
Give the guys
Check my
a call
testosterone out.
at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. Folks
in Autauga and Elmore counties know the difference between right and wrong. When politicians say one thing but do another, it's time for change in the State House. Jerry Starnes is a change in the right direction. He's a husband, a father, and a Christian conservative. Jerry Starnes is a Purple Heart decorated veteran. Jerry Starnes is a man of strong character, a man who loves his wife, and a man you can trust. Paid for by Jerry Starnes for State House of Representatives, 1695 Winstone Way, Prattville, Alabama, 36066.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Bam-o. I think today it's going to be like new caller day. Every once in a while, Mark Way used to do this. Every once in a while, you gotta make sure you replenish in the old. I mean, okay, old is a bad choice of words. How about replenishing with new investments of time?
You can reach me on an airplane. You can reach me with your mind. You can reach me by caravan.
It is a great day to be alive. Good morning. All right then. Let me get this last verse in right quick. Okay then. All right then. Let me see who this is right quick. Now, better be nobody that always calls. All right. I don't normally take calls, but who's this?
I sent you thing about the great replacement theory. I want you to read it because you owe your intelligent callers an apology, sir, for being behind time
I don't pay that. I don't pay those things. I did read it yesterday, and I don't believe in. Listen, you can a young mind can be impressed by just about anything. Well, well, that's because wait. That's because we no longer teach logic and reason in our schools. Okay, we don't teach anything how to think rationally. We're all supposed to think the same, so they're just taking advantage of the stupidity of people. Well, they were brainwashed back in the day. So there's nothing new here to see. It's the same thing that's always been going on. Hey, I appreciate it. Call me next hour. Let's talk some more as soon as we get down here. All right, I was being nice this hour for some reason. I don't know what happened to me. Anyway, good morning to everybody. It is time for lessons of life. First of all, the word of the day means an associate or co-worker, typically in a profession or in a civil or ecclesiastical office, and often of similar rank or status. A fellow worker or a professional. Now, what is that? What does that describe? It describes a colleague. Let's say if you're a policeman and most people you work with are policemen, right? So you're all colleagues, okay? If you're a soldier, most soldiers are colleagues, except those are higher rank. Sergeants, me and all the sergeants can hang around. Now the staff sergeant, they kind of get a little uppity in their nose, and the sergeant first classes, they really get up there. But we still colleagues as non-commissioned officers. We're still colleagues, but some of us have a little more colleague than others. All right, so it's called a colleague, an associate, or co-worker, typically in a profession or in a civil ecclesiastical office, and often of similar rank or status. Okay, so I'm just saying, a fellow worker or professional, colleague. So when you go to your job interview, you look at the interviewer and you said, it would be great to be a colleague of yours. You have such a dynamic way of presenting this company. Oh man, when the minute you say that, you got the job, baby. You are employed. Right from that point on, you just look that guy straight in the eye, be a man to listen. I ran into a lot of people I have to work with, but I haven't ran into too many people I'd like to be a colleague with. And that's it. You got the job. That's all I can tell you. Okay, you just need to. Okay, work that out. Now, don't bloviate. Just say it distinctly and clearly. I would love to be a colleague with you. And next thing you know, you're on the payroll, baby. You're on the payroll. Now, somebody try that, and you tell me if it don't work. If it don't work, I'll go down there and talk to the guy for you. Good morning. It is May the 17th. It is the 137th day. There are 228 days left in the year. But let me tell you about the lesson in life. I almost forgot about that. You know, we all say things in life that we don't mean sometimes, negative and positively. We all wish we could take back some of the hurtful words and things that we have said to others. We do. Me, you, everybody else. We all. If you got some time on you got some TIL, time in life. You said things that you really wish you could take back. Unfortunately, you cannot take back things. You know, words are like bullets. Once the bullet leaves the chamber, except for God Almighty Himself, you cannot stop it. It is going to hit something, okay? Unless you're way, way, way out down on the rifle range and you know, like 20,000 yards, and then it'll just probably drop to the ground. But other than that, it is going to hit something. And whatever it hits, it's going to be felt. Okay. So what do we do about those things when we become temporarily upset? Because most of the time you're upset, it's only temporarily. It's not a long. I mean, I can't stay mad more than like 8 minutes. Okay. At the end of that, I'm wore out. I can't do it. Some people can stay mad for years. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you hold that in you for that long. I mean, 8 minutes. I mean, and when I say 8 minutes, I mean 8 minutes or less. I just can't stay mad very long. But anyway, let me digress. So since we all have said something to somebody that we supposedly love, that we supposedly care about, we've said things, you know, me and God have had some conversation, but I was doing more listening than talking. And we all have said things that we didn't mean. But once you say it, you can't take it back. But here's what you can do. Here's what you can do. You can say, I'm sorry. Saying I'm sorry does not mean you are right or wrong. It merely means that you care about that person. Still may not agree with you. So every once in a while, those two words can make a difference in people's lives. So periodically, when you know you're wrong, you need to call up your mother, call up your father, call up your brother, call up your sister, even call your preacher, because I know some of y'all say some nasty things to the preacher sometimes. Call them up and say these two words, I'm sorry. Doesn't mean you're right, doesn't mean that you're wrong, but it means that you care about the person you said them to, and you just had a moment of insensitivity. I'm sorry are two good words to put in your lexicon. I'm sorry. All right? Use them. Today, it is May the 17th. It is the 137th day of the year. There are 228 days left in this year. In 1536, on this day, Archbishop of Canterbury, Thomas Cranmer, declared the marriage of England's King Henry VIII to Anne Boleyn invalid after she failed to produce a male heir. Boleyn, already condemned for high treason, was executed 2 days later. Wow, we talking about formula over here. The English had a problem. So she couldn't come up with a boy, so we're going to get rid of her. What kind of stuff is that? Anyway, move right along. 1792, New York Stock Exchange had its beginnings as a group of brokers met under a tree in Wall Street and signed the Buttonwood Agreement. 1946, President Harry S. Truman seized control of the nation's railroads, delaying but not preventing a threatened strike by engineers and trainmen. In 1954, which was a good year for somebody, a unanimous U.S. Supreme Court handed down its Brown versus Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas decision, which held that racially segregated public schools were inherently unequal and therefore unconstitutional. And now, where are we in 2022? We pretty much got segregated schools. In 1968, 9 men and women, including brothers Daniel and Philip Berrigan, entered the Selected Service office in Catonsville, Maryland, seized several hundred draft cards, and burned them outside to protest the Vietnam War before being arrested. It's called the Catonsville Nine, as they came to be known, received federal prison sentence from 24 to 42 months. Sure hope they didn't have to spend all that time in prison. 1973, on this day, a special committee convened by the U.S. Senate began its televised hearings into Watergate scandal. The year was 1980, rioting that claimed 18 lives in Miami's Liberty City after an all-white jury in Tampa acquitted 4 Miami police officers of fatally beating black insurance executive Arthur McDuffie. I didn't hear about that. I wonder if black folks still mad. 1987, 30 American sailors were killed when an Iraqi warship attacked the U.S. Navy frigate Stark in the Persian Gulf. Iraq apologized for the attack, calling it a mistake, and paid more than $27 million in compensation. Like that, I'll bring them back. 1996, President Bill Clinton signed a measure requiring the neighborhood notification when sex offenders moves in. It's called Megan's Law. It's known. And it's about a 7-year-old New Jersey girl who was raped and murdered in 1994. In 2002, President Jimmy Carter ended a historic visit to Cuba, sharply at odds with the Bush administration over how to deal with Fidel Castro, saying limits on tourism and trade often hurt Americans more than it did to Cubans. And Cubans are pretty good folks, I guess. In 2006, the FBI began digging at Michigan horse farms in search of the remains of former Teamster leader Jimmy Hoffa. We ain't found him yet. The 2-week search yielded no evidence. It was announced that Paul McCartney and his second wife, Heather Mills McCartney, had agreed to separate. See, we know that Mr. Hoffa is probably, part of the New York Yankees baseball stadium. I'm just saying, he probably is somewhere down in there, and we're not going to mess up the baseball stadium. I tell you what, boy, with power comes a lot of responsibility, but a lot of danger. 2017, the Department of Justice appointed FBI Director Robert Mueller as a special counsel to oversee federal investigation into the potential coordination between Russia and the 2016 Donald Trump campaign. And of course, we all know that was a bunch of pack of lies that they put out on the brother. And hey, what can I tell you? Private Chelsea Manning, which is actually a guy, the soldier who was sentenced to 35 years in military prison for giving classified materials to WikiLeaks, walked free after serving 7 years behind bars. Her sentence, which is really a he, having been commuted by President Barack Obama, and because he's still a guy, but he thinks he's a girl, and so Obama was with that. He was on top of that right quick. 10 years ago, he ought to still be in jail. 10 years ago, President Obama strolled into the 13 years ago, strolled into the stormy abortion debate, telling graduates at the University of Notre Dame, went to my home city, went to my house, and the University of Notre Dame, and both sides had to stop demonizing one another. Well, he asked me, the guy who's demonizing the one that's killing the baby. Okay, you want to talk about a demon? Yeah, that's a demon. Anyway, moving right along. 8 years ago, Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper, what a name, signed a right to try bill allowing terminally ill patients to obtain experimental drugs without getting federal approval. And I'm all for that. I mean, if you're fitting to die, then let these folks reach out to anything they can, okay? And 3 years ago, 6 Democrats joined the Republicans in voting to confirm her. It was Gina Haspel won Senate confirmation to become the director of the CIA. The Miss America organization announced it would now have women in its 3 top leadership positions after the email scandal, which male officials caught making vulgar and insulting comments about past winners. You know what? Here's my problem with the American and the women gymnast thing and the women volleyball thing. Now, I mean, they got to wear some clothes. Now, I don't really mind looking at the bikini thing, but I wouldn't do that. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I got a body like Adonis, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. We sexualize them, and then we wonder why men look at them that way. Okay, I'm just saying. You want to look at it, stop showing it. Okay, but I wouldn't do it. Now, I like the nightgown thing, but coming out there in a skimpy bathing suit, if I was women, I wouldn't do that. You got to look at my brain. Look at my brain. Look at me for my brain, not my legs. I'm just saying, maybe they should boycott the Miss America thing until now. Everything else I'm good with. Give me a talent, show me you can sing or something like that. But why should I almost get butt naked? Okay, and then you talk, and women, y'all put up with that. Y'all put up with that. Why we got to do that? Let's get to know that person. Okay, not their bra size. I'm just saying. See, you wouldn't think that would come from me, but I like to get to know who these people are. What are their philosophy in life? What are some of their dreams in life? Okay, never mind. I gotta go, but we'll be back. Okay, after this brief timeout. I know I talked too much. I gotta go.
News update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams of WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Tuesday. Federal officials confirm the U.S. has passed 1 million COVID deaths, and 3 out of every 4 were people Right now, the U.S. is averaging about 300 COVID-19 deaths per day, and experts warn new cases are on the rise. As the formula shortage continues, another in Goshen is stepping up to help. Bailey Winters is donating her breast milk to those struggling to find formula. So far, she's donated 250 ounces of breast milk. Auburn University's new president is
it's still 2 words.
Is Chris Roberts' first official
it's combined, which makes it 1 word. 1 word.
For 10 years.
It says I'm, not I am. I'm. Okay, is I'm 1 word or 2 words? I apostrophe M. When you consider that 1 word?
News Radio 1440 is WLWI.
Right, but it's abbreviation. Right.
HD3
right, like King.
Montgomery.
That's what I thought.
This is the CBS World News Roundup, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The President and First Lady will head to the scene of a mass shooting in New York today.
I'm Steve Dorsey at Joint Base Andrews, where President Biden will depart with the First Lady this morning for Buffalo. They'll meet with families of the victims, first responders, and community leaders there. They'll also visit the memorial at the Tops Market. Mr. Biden is also expected to deliver remarks calling the shooting an act of terrorism.
Correspondent Jeff Begaze has learned more about the accused gunman.
Authorities believe the suspect scoped out the site of Saturday's shooting 2 months in advance. In an online post, the 18-year-old allegedly wrote that he'd been confronted by a security guard at the time and referred to the interaction as a close call.
Officials say the Sunday shooting at a church in Laguna Woods, California was a hate crime. Pastor Billy Chang attacked the gunman with a chair.
I think that chair will keep
hate crime.
I've never seen anybody pick up his gun to shoot again.
1 person was killed, 5 wounded. Police say the suspect of Asian descent was motivated by hatred against Taiwan. Voters in 5 states cast ballots in primary elections today. In a test of Donald Trump's grip on the Republican Party, the Senate race in Pennsylvania pits TV Dr. Mehmet Oz against Fox commentator Kathy Barnett. Correspondent Robert Costa asked Oz,
how will you convince voters that you are the true Trump candidate?
President Trump, when he endorsed me, said I was smart and would never let you down.
In Ukraine, more than 250 soldiers who'd been sheltering in a steel factory in Mariupol for more than 2 months have been evacuated in buses and taken to Russian-controlled areas. The Kremlin calls it a surrender. The BBC's Joe Inwood from Kyiv.
We think certainly that there are still some fighters still inside. Presumably they decided that they didn't want to surrender. They wanted to carry on fighting.
Elon Musk is drawing a new line in the sand in his bid to take over Twitter.
The Tesla CEO says he won't proceed with the deal until his counterpart at Twitter can prove his assertion that no more than 5% of Twitter's accounts are fake or spam. Musk tweeting his assertion that the real share of fake accounts could be 20%, even higher, adding this deal can't move forward until he's shown proof of that 5% figure. Vicky Barker, CBS News.
A big box store smarting from a big profit drop.
Walmart Plus members can save 5 cents per gallon.
Walmart blames higher fuel, labor, and food costs for a 25% loss in its latest earnings report. Shares off more than 6% pre-market. This is CBS News.
The World News Roundup is presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you need cash out of your home and a simple way to get it, Rocket can.
Have you ever thought you'd like to buy and sell houses but didn't know how or where to get the money? My name is Ron LeGrand, and over the past 40 years, I've bought over 3,000 houses without using my money or credit and taught thousands to do the same. Today, even in a virtual environment, we buy nice houses in nice neighborhoods using no banks, realtors, contractors, or other costly entanglements, and build huge cash flow and wealth without the hassle of tenants, all without credit, little or no money. You don't need a license or experience, and I'll show you exactly how it's done. Text free to 99,799 and I'll send you my free training. I promise I'll change the way you think about real estate and open the door to a new lifestyle that doesn't involve risk or rehabs and can quickly replace your current income.
Yeah.
Text free to 99,799 and let me show you how to take your life back and build cash flow and wealth from your home. That's free to 99,799. Again, text free to 99,799.
Best place to live in the U.S. these days? Peter King has the answer.
Huntsville, Alabama is known as Rocket City. It's where NASA engineers helped design the agency's launch vehicles. And now it's also at the top of the U.S. News and World Report, top places to live in the U.S. Real estate editor Devin Thorsby.
Its job market is continuing to grow and become more appealing to a lot of people, particularly in the aerospace industry with NASA located there.
Other top cities include Colorado Springs, Green Bay, Boulder, and San Jose. CBS News.
Coldplay wants fans to help the world go green. The band's adding energy storing stationary bikes and kinetic dance floors at live shows at summer stops to generate electricity. It'll also use biodegradable confetti, compostable wristbands, and generators powered by vegetable oil. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
The city of Montgomery Department of Cultural Affairs is calling all creative minds. The department exists to engage, enlighten, and elevate a diverse, inclusive cultural arts community. They're committed to strengthening and showcasing organizational and individual cultural endeavors in our hometown. To advance this cause, they're seeking individual artists, artisans, advocacy groups, schools, and avid patrons of the arts. If this is you, visit montgomeryal.gov and click on the Cultural Affairs page to register to be part of Montgomery's creative community.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text local to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
We know wealthy California liberals are behind politician Mike Durant. But why? Because on immigration, Mike Durant is just like that.
I mean, why would you not want more green cards available so that people can legally come into this country and work?
The Durant plan, more immigration, more foreign workers, more of the same.
Well,
Durant's record on
immigration is
gun
not
rights
bad.
is even worse.
The first thing that needs to be done is to disarm the population. I mean, let's face it, if we could do that in some of our U.S. cities, that would be a pretty good step towards law and order.
Sounds just like a California liberal. Mike Durant's plan for Alabama, more immigration, fewer guns. No wonder the California liberals are supporting Durant. Mike Durant's with them. He's not one of us.
Alabama
Rhino Pack is responsible for the contents of this advertising. Paid for by the Alabama Rhino Pack and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AlabamaRhino.com.
Got questions about your roof? River Region Contracting has the answer. Google River Region Contracting today or visit their website, riverregioncontracting.com.
Folks in Autauga and Elmore counties know the difference between right and wrong. When politicians say one thing but do another, it's time for change in the State House. Jerry Starnes is a change in the right direction. He's a husband, a father, and a Christian conservative. Jerry Starnes is a Purple Heart decorated veteran. Jerry Starnes is a man of strong character, a man who loves his wife, and a man you can trust. Paid for by Jerry Starnes for State House of Representatives, 1695 Winstone Way, Prattville, Alabama, 36066.
Sean Hannity here, and now you can hear me live every afternoon. It all starts at 2, and it's all happening right here on News Radio 1440.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now I got a question to ask you guys out there this morning. It's not a very important question, but one of my frequent callers, again, it's calling me an idiot, and okay, and sometimes I may be, but he's asking me about this one particular word. He says that the word "I've" is 2 words. Okay, I'm. He said it's 2 words. Now, in my lessons of life today, I said using 2 words like "I'm sorry." Now he says that's 3 words. No, I'm saying that I apostrophe M is 1 word. It represents 2 words, but it's 1 word. Now, who's right, him or I? Okay, I believe that I am absolutely 100% incontrovertibly correct. However, is there a teacher out there this time of morning that can tell us whether or not I'm right or he's right? 860-1440 number here. You want to give us a call up and talk to you? Because I would bet $100 I am right. I and apostrophe, I'm or I've, I'm, it'll, whatever the case may be. It represents 2 words, but it's 1 word. Okay, because lessons of life today saying I'm sorry, 2 little words could change people's life. Okay. And it could be, but so somebody answer. Okay. Even if you call and tell me the answer, you can still call back. I just need to know if I'm really am the smartest guy in this room. Okay, because I know that's 1 word. Okay, it's 1 word. Okay, I'm or I've. Yeah, they're 1 word. Now they represent 2 words. I agree with that, but they're 1 word. Okay, but let's see who's right here. It's if curmudgeon is right, or I'm right. I think I'm right. Okay. I think I. 860-1440 number here, whatever on your mind. The president's going to Buffalo, excuse me. Now, here's my problem with the Democrats. And again, him too. Oh, wait a minute. Let me grab this right quick. Who's this? Well, yeah.
You're right, because within the context you use that word, it's 1 word.
Of course, yeah, I know that. Okay, all right, but now you, okay, all right, you come back then. Okay, which I think, but I knew I was right. But curmudgeon thinks that he's always right about everything. I think I'm a dumb hick from the sticks. But anyway, now so the Democratic Party can't do anything without referencing somebody's color or their sexuality. And you wonder why our young people are consumed with the issue of color or sexuality. Okay, so this guy is going to go to Buffalo, as he's going to be some savior of the social events of our time, when people like him are responsible for where we find ourselves in that odious Democratic Party. They can't do anything. Their new who is not that bright, as a matter of fact. Their new person, their new press secretary, she doesn't have a clue of what to say at these press gatherings. She just doesn't. Now, at some point in time, I guess she will, but right now, she don't know. She just in the dark. Okay. But anyway, the first thing we learned about her is that she was an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, Q, P. Okay, we learned that like I care. I didn't care. Can she do the job? That's all I want to know. Okay, but so Democrats, everything has got to do with sexuality or color. Or color. And you wonder why young folks are consumed with this thing of color. Because that group of odious people, that party, you're not looked at as an individual. You're looked at as a member of a group. Now it used to be, now this is the dynamics of today. It used to be that individuals made up the group. But that's not the way it is anymore. It is the groups, okay, is part of the individual now, okay? And I didn't quite get that. But that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes in the Democratic Party. So this guy and his odious party are going to go down to Buffalo as if color is something new when that's all they use all the time. All the time. It's about color. This, color that. Color this. Sexuality here. Sexuality there. Oh, it just gets on my ever-loving nerves. Okay? Again, his new press secretary, we knew that she slept with women before we knew that she could even speak English. Okay? I mean, why is that important? Anyway, 860-1414, I'm here. Got other things to talk about too. Yeah, good morning. Who's this?
Good morning.
Yes.
Your poor people's party was supposed to solve all of these problems. What happened to your poor people's party?
I guess the people are just a little bit too poor.
You guess the people what?
They're a little bit too poor.
I tell you what, if you got anything, you got it from the Democrats.
What did we get? What do we get from the Democrats? What do we get from the Democrats? Tell me, please. What we got from the Democrats?
Social Security.
And which Democrat gave us Social Security that we paying for? And so did he write the check to all of us, or is that our money?
The conservatives tried to take 860,000 black folks off the roll, and Harry Truman vetoed that legislation.
Okay. So you're telling me that the Republicans specifically wanted to take black folks off the Social Security roll, even though they were paying for it too?
Well, this happened,
okay.
And Harry Truman vetoed that legislation.
Okay, and give me a reference to that, because you're telling me that they tried to take black folks this exclusively. Okay. So black folks exclusively they were being taken off exclusively because they were black, and even though they were paying into Social Security, I guess.
They tried to take them off for a food stamp.
Okay. All right. Okay. Listen, that's your world. I'm gonna let you float around in it. So am I.
Well, you were for jury nullification.
I'm for that too.
But
I'm for that too.
the fellows that done Emmett Till and were guilty, I don't know what they want. And then later, the woman admitted that boy didn't whistle at her or whatever they're accused of.
And
didn't do anything to her.
And delayed justice, and she's still alive. And delayed justice is no justice at all. So
The poor people's party,
Mm-hmm.
well, if the youth leadership call, you're going to put a $600,000 building on Prattville Avenue, and I paid $2,000.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you ever write the check?
What's that?
Did you ever write the check for it?
Did I ever write the check?
Yeah, because pledging don't mean jack unless you write the check for it.
Well, I pledged it, and I will write the check,
Uh-huh.
but whoever received the check has got to be bonded.
Uh-huh.
I can't stand no bond now.
Okay, well, brother, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. I've been bonded on many occasions. I don't have a problem being bonded at all.
Well, you're an old time, whatever. You got money from the county commission, the city council. You're an inside.
Well, somebody's got to be in there. Might as well be me.
Somebody got to be for the people.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything about that disability tax for veterans.
Well, I don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about you are supposed to get a discount on your tag.
Oh.
It got down to $20. Then they went to $37, and now it's $47. Am I the only veteran out there?
No, I got personalized plates, so I guess I don't get the VA thing. I don't get the veteran tag, so I don't buy it. I used to.
Well, anyway, if you don't like Biden going to Buffalo, you get your poor people's party together and stop it. I'm gone.
All righty then. Always good to hear from you. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. That was our money. Wait a minute. That was our money. That wasn't their money. But that was our right. But he didn't give me anything. He didn't give me. He returned some of it to us. That was still our money. Trump didn't write a check out of his personal checking account. That money, it can't. That money. Well, that's only because he was the CEO of the country at that time. But the money came from us. I'll have a group. Listen, that's what happened. Wait a minute. Wait. Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. The gun thing. It's illegal immigration. It is illegal immigration that they talk about, not immigrants. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And nobody does as long as you come legally. Mm-hmm. Who cares? But who cares? But you have to come the right way. If they're not paying, wait a minute. If they're not paying taxes like everybody else, it's not an honest living. Who's taking taxes out on them? Who's? Well, the company may pay tax. I don't know. Well, do you? Oh, let me ask you something. Do you? I'm not a Republican. Do you know somebody that's here legally get their own company? That's what I thought. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me ask you a question. I got. Let's use a little logic and reason. Let me get a word in. If you do not come here the right way, are you here illegal? I'm not an immigrant. I'm not. Yes, I'm legal. Yeah. Again, I didn't come here. That's right. So we're not immigrants. We're the only people in America that are not immigrants. Yes, I'm legal. Yes. When I was born here, of course I'm legal. Yeah. Okay. See, that's why you're a Democrat, because you think backwards. Okay, you think backwards. Okay, I am your leader. You just don't realize that yet. Okay. Ever since 1992, I do. Well, I didn't vote. I was in the military. I didn't vote very much. I didn't know who the hell. Yeah, yeah. So you're gonna vote for people that you wait a minute. Okay. So absentee voting, you vote for people you don't know nothing about. So while I'm way overseas, I'm supposed to just send the absentee ballot back and vote for somebody in South Bend. I don't have a clue about who they are. Come on, man. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Man, I love my chair, brother. I love it. What a great birthday present. I appreciate it. Even my butt feels better now. That's good.
The Democrat Party is giving. They gave us, he forgot to mention they gave us George Wallace, Will Connor.
The Selma Bridge issue down there. Yeah.
All the other folks that was associated with the Ku Klux Klan, they gave them that too. So don't remember, there's a long legacy.
And what's that thing that the South put black folks through back in the day? What's it called? John Crow or Jim Crow? They gave us that. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, the Communist Network News, CNN, they've been putting out that this white supremacist, and all through this article, this manifesto, whatever you want to call it, that he published and put out before the shootings, they highlight in there that he was a white supremacist and that he was radicalized not by watching a video game, because we know video games that doesn't affect you, like video games that have free speech, but he was radicalized by extreme message boards.
Okay.
See, this is where we're getting into the old, misinformation, and so now the buzzwords are radical message boards. But they don't mention anywhere, and I can't wait to hear. I said, surely they're going to say something about it. That when he was 12 or 13 years old, he was a self-confessed communist, and then he started to change from being a self-proclaimed communist to a left-wing radical. But they leave out the left wing, and they just say that he was radicalized, and now that he leaned toward the right, and he's a white supremacist. See, that's the way the old Communist Network News hired Joe Scarborough this weekend. Before the gun smoke had even settled, he was blaming it and said it was Trump's. It was his radical views. It was his spewing of words that caused this shit. I mean, they never, ever want to say what the truth is.
Well, but I would tell you something. If the Republican Party has an Achilles heel, it is this one. They spend a lot of time complaining, but not really formulating strategies by which to win anything. Complaining is not the Democrats. Not only do they complain, they strategize, they formulate things, even if it means some of them go to jail. They are willing to do whatever they do to get their point across and push the needle forward. Republicans just bitch and claim and moan and groan, but I almost can't stand Fox News anymore. Hannity. Okay, these are these people are. They don't hide it.
But they're all talking heads, and they all have an agenda in America, and they're trying to fit the facts into the
Right.
rather than the other way around. I'm proud that the president is going to be in Buffalo next. But my question is if there were 25, 15 killed at the border, would he be there?
No.
And the answer to that is no, because he will go down there to Austin, he will campaign, he will go to Texas to campaign, but he won't go to that border because he knows there's a blood trail that leads right back to when he was vice president, and when President Obama was in there, when that federal agent was killed in
With the guns that we supplied to them.
2000
Yeah.
guns. He was killed with an AR-15 that the United States facilitated, and Eric Holton, that's the reason he couldn't release those documents, because the trail would lead straight to the top. That's the reason he was given executive privilege not to talk.
Yep. Oh, well. All right. Appreciate it. And thanks again. Gotta take a break. We'll be back. The clock on the wall says 7:28 in the morning. It's time to rise and shine. You got to be there by 7 o'clock. You got 32 minutes by which to arrive. We'll be right back.
Temperatures much warmer. We're talking mid-90s, perhaps a few upper 90s. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send you on an alternate route, finishing up an accident on the East Boulevard there in front of Reinhardt Lexus. But outside of that, interstate systems moving smoothly into the Tri-County area. That's always good news. Summer registration is going on now through May 26th at Trenton State. Change your life. Call Trenton State or go to trentonstate.edu for more information. Buckle up. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Talk tires with Montgomery's #1 tire store, Chico's Auto Pros. Chico's has you covered with Chico's Auto Pros price match guaranteed and 0 down options.
Hey, Sean Hannity here, and now you can hear me live every afternoon. It all starts at 2, and it's all happening right here on News Radio 1440.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the Parents' Choice Award-winning online learning program that's actually changing the lives of early learners everywhere.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
Right now, we're offering a special radio promo to try it free for a month, but you have to go to abcmouse.com/radio to claim your free month. That's abcmouse.com/radio.
Sponsored by Age of Learning.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing Dr. Alderson and the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life.
I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Alabama's one and only Kay Ivey.
Washington wants to control everything we do, but that isn't happening here in Alabama. We do not teach hate to our kids. We do not pay people to quit work, and we do not use tax dollars to kill our babies.
Kay Ivey.
Don't you know what Africa?
Washington liberals nuts.
I signed the strongest voting law in America. I stood with Trump to ensure no
Trump
can ever be stolen.
But that's not all. Kay Ivey threw Common Core out of our schools, banned transgender youth sports, and passed constitutional carry to protect our Second Amendment rights. Kay Ivey, the conservative governor the woke left loves to hate.
America's the greatest country in the world. Joe Biden may not get that, but here in Alabama, we always will.
Kay Ivey for Alabama. Paid for by Kay Ivey for Governor, Inc., P.O. Box 966, Montgomery, Alabama, 36101.
This is the Tom Hannity Show. Join me every afternoon at 2 right here on News Radio 1440.
All right, next week, Top Gun comes out. Oh, yeah, I get a chance to, since I'm a very important person in the community, I get a chance to go out and see it before everybody else does, me and a couple other folks. I appreciate it, because when you got influence like I do, people, they let you do things. Anyway, let me go back to phones and see who is there. So who's here longest? 14. Okay, this guy right here has been waiting forever. So good morning. Thanks for holding. Pretty good.
Caller was talking about Eric Holder and the weapons, but he failed to mention Oliver North and Ronald Reagan and the Iran and Nicaragua Contra situation where weapons was given and exchanged and all that stuff.
So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Because our people got killed, but our people got killed by some of the weapons. Well, we don't have any evidence that any of the people were killed by weapons directly given to Mexico, sent to Mexico. Well, I'm just saying we don't have the evidence, but we have the evidence of what happened there. Yes. It's our money. Wait a minute, it's my money. But it's still my money. It's still my money. I'm not complaining about Social Security. Yeah. What about it? Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay. So so far you told me that they made us wards of the state. Yeah, it's all about a program, food stamps and all that stuff. They took our money and they giving it back to us. They took our money that they used for all kinds of things. Yeah. Yes. Right. Mm-hmm. The former Democratic Party became the Independent Democratic Party under George Wallace. And every city in this country that had its roots so deeply entrenched into racism and all those things were ran by Democrats. Okay, here we go. The former Democrats. Okay. Yeah.
talking about the guy in Buffalo, you know, you're making too much hay out of it.
Mhm.
The guy put it in writing, Kevin. He wrote it on his website. He did a manifest. It's like doing
Yeah, but we ain't making too much hay about it. I mean, the guy did a terrible thing, so that you can't make too much hay about that.
trying to mitigate it and say it was something else and everything else. But if we fail to acknowledge history, we're doomed to repeat it, Kevin.
Okay.
That we're living in it. Now, this guy was willing to call it a critical race theory rather than a critical race fact. And that's the problem with that. Kevin, you were talking about implementing race in everything we do as Democrats.
You do. Sexuality and race. Sexuality and race. Who cares about a theory? Who cares? When I didn't say race doesn't matter. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. We're going back to 1901.
Here in Alabama, up to 2003, it was against the law to marry across your race. You couldn't marry a black or a white if you wasn't black or white. Did you realize that?
Do you wait? I remember Albert Holmes did that. Has anybody been to jail since 1901 for marrying somebody else outside their race? Okay.
I'm making a point that it was on the books. You cannot turn a blind eye. That stuff should have been taken off.
Right. But you also know that there's something on the books of the Constitution of Alabama. You can actually beat your wife with a stick that's not bigger than your thumb. So I mean, yeah. Yeah. Again, my God, we don't live back in those days. Okay. All right.
I'm just saying that if you fail to acknowledge history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Let me ask you something. Okay, hold on, let me ask you a question. Slow down for a second. If we keep revisiting the past, we will never move forward. We are never going to be a perfect nation. Okay.
There are some people that want to keep you there, and there are lawmakers that if they had their choice, there's some, not all.
Well, give me two. Give me two of them. Give me two of them that's making laws right now that would put black folks back in the cotton field. Give me two of them. I'm black. I don't feel restricted. I don't feel restricted at all. I don't feel restricted. I don't live, and you shouldn't. If you want water, bring your own. Okay.
People have to wait in long lines to vote, and it never fails. So you're going to want to hydrate this because a lot of your senior citizens are falling out. These lawmakers realize that, and they want to put stuff in place that makes it hard for you to stand up there and cast your vote. That's what I'm talking about, Kevin.
So when Roscoe had his blues thing, and when Roscoe had his blues thing, and we go out there and sit at the park and get on the hot bus and sit out there in the sun so we can hear all the blues players. So what about the old people doing that? Yeah. Oh, we're going to them now. Wait. No. Okay, wait, hold it. Do you hear something? What can I tell you, brother? I see you. I can't handle it. Woo. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Yeah. Right. He's a hypocrite because everything they talk about is about race. Even if you don't want, the first thing we found out about his new press secretary, she's black and who she's sleeping with, another woman. Everything they do, they categorize us as race. The district lines that we draw, be it Montgomery, any place otherwise, it's done by race. So what makes us think that we can't? I mean, we're not looked at as individuals by Democrats. We're not. He wants to use that as a political backstage in order to pursue something else. I've never seen anybody in the Democratic Party that do that. And that's the same. Okay, that's the same man who didn't want his kids to go to school. Well, that's the same man back in 1970 something said he didn't want his kids to go in that jungle. You think people change? You think people change? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So he's going out of tradition. So he's going out of tradition. Mm. Okay. Well, I'm going by this past behavior. Yeah, I have. I have. I don't know any president that has ever said publicly that he did not want his children to go to a school because it was like a jungle with black folks. Yes, and I said that. Yeah, I'm sick of that. And I'm so sick and tired of this gun thing. And I asked the other guy the other day who came up, Mr. Oldwood, I'm sick and tired of people, every Republican getting them. And then you wonder why all our kids walk around here with guns. Because, yes, I'm sick of. Yeah, I have. Yes, I have. I think it's insulting to the intellect of most people that they think all we want to do in Alabama is carry a gun around and you know, I'm just and yes, and even Kay Ivey, you know, everybody. I said, what? Yeah, I have been critical of that. Yes, yeah. The wall I'm good for. The wall I'm good for. Yeah. Yes. If you don't have a country, if you don't have a border, you don't have a country. Well, they all do that. I mean, they all do that. Because they always pander, acting as if they care so much about me, and they don't. They just don't. Well, I know they don't care much about me, so they don't lie. They don't lie. Okay. All right. Great stop. All right, they got to take a break. But let's break it out. We'll be back uno momento.
First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by News Nation. Wake up with America's best new morning show. Join Adrian Bankert for Morning in America. Weekdays at 7, 6 Central on News Nation. Go to newsnationnow.com/join us to find your television provider.
Plenty of sunshine today after a few morning clouds. Temperatures up around 90 degrees. It will be comfortable in the humidity department, but 90 degrees is 90 degrees. And with the sun, it will certainly feel very warm. For tonight, actually very comfy, down to 60 degrees, mostly clear. We'll have a good deal of sunshine Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with some clouds mixed in. Temperatures much warmer. We're talking mid-90s, perhaps a few upper 90s. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. 4600 block of Troy Highway. There's an accident with injury reported at that location, so please be careful there. Outside of that, we're looking good. Checking out your traffic flow maps. Interstate system's moving smoothly. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Invisible Fence has the Boundary Plus system, giving your pets security but giving them more room to enjoy life. Call Vicky at Invisible Fence, 265-2585. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes? But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pros.
Shannon, how can you let the people in Montgomery know about what Daddy does? You mean tell people he's a foot doctor? Yeah, a podiatrist. There's gotta be a way to spread the word about the surgeries he does and stuff. You mean like bunions and hammer toes? Yeah, and treating heel pain, burning in the feet, and corns. Like that time that lady had fungus in her toenails and they started looking better? I just want people to know that my dad, Dr. Brian Keeley, can be seen without a referral and he accepts most insurances. You should probably give them the phone number, 265-7585. Yeah, 265-7585. I just said that. Well, let's say it again. 265-7585. Maybe we should tell them our offices are in Montgomery and Greenville. You just did. Like us on Facebook at Greenville Foot Care. And remember, happy feet start here.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such services.
Got questions about your roof? River Region Contracting has the answer. Google River Region Contracting today or visit their website, riverregioncontracting.com.
We know wealthy California liberals are behind politician Mike Durant. But why? Because on immigration, Mike Durant is just like them.
I mean, why would you not want more green cards available so that people can legally come into this country and work?
The Durant plan, more immigration, more foreign workers, more of the same. Durant's record on gun rights is even worse.
The first thing that needs to be done is to disarm the population. Let's face it, if we could do that in some of our U.S. cities, that would be a pretty good step toward law and order.
Sounds just like a California liberal. Mike Durant's plan for Alabama? More immigration, fewer guns. No wonder the California liberals are supporting Durant. Mike Durant's with them. He's not one of us. Alabama Rhino PAC is responsible for the contents of this advertising. Paid for by the Alabama Rhino PAC and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AlabamaRhino.com.
When our communities needed him, he volunteered to serve. Troy Stubbs, a former educator, he now owns a local small business in Wetumpka. Troy Stubbs will take fresh ideas and Elmore County values to Montgomery. Like Trump, he's tired of political correctness and believes real leaders get things done. Troy Stubbs stands for the flag. He's not afraid to tell you he's pro-life and will fight to kick any abortion provider out of Alabama. He's proud to be endorsed by the NRA and defend our freedoms. Troy Stubbs never runs from a fight. He'll take on Joe Biden's cancel culture any day of the week. Whether it's critical race theory, endless mandates, or some far-left idea, Troy Stubbs will fight for our freedoms and against the woke mob. Proud Alabamian, steadfast conservative Republican. Troy Stubbs for State Representative, District 31.
Paid for by Troy Stubbs for State House, P.O. Box 429, Wetumpka, Alabama 36092.
Keeping your property looking its best means having the right equipment to get the job done. Whether your to-do list requires mowing the lawn or maintaining a camp or farm, our team at SunSouth will help you find the equipment to meet your needs. And owning a John Deere is more affordable than ever at SunSouth with 0% financing on most models, including the 1 Series, 3 Series, and even the 5 Series. So why wait another season to do more? Come see us at SunSouth. Equipment for those that do.
Another Guardian Credit Union store.
Hey, so what are we doing with your hair today? I need a trim, a new dishwasher, and a much-needed vacation. Do you see any grays?
Sounds like you need a personal loan. My friend just got a loan from Guardian Credit Union, and he used it to upgrade his kitchen appliances.
That's what I need to do.
Guardian has great rates and a friendly team that makes payments affordable.
Perfect. I guess stylists really can fix everything.
Connect with Guardian for all your lending needs.
Hey, hear me at my new time right here on the same great station. It's all happening every afternoon at 2, right here on News Radio 1440.
You know, I get some of the most insane messages from people. Now, here's one right here. Now, here's a message I just got. I'm beginning to think your show is just about pissing off black folks off and making the white folks proud of you and themselves. Here's one. You're not a black man that was raised in Alabama. Thank God I wasn't raised in Alabama. Okay, you're too protective of a white man and his rights as though you are equal to them in their eyes. Well, it's a good thing I don't look at myself through other people's eyes. But I will say this much. Listen, I was born black like another guy, and I ain't 21. I was born black. I've gone through the same thing that every other person has gone through in this country of any semblance of color. Okay, I've been called the N-word so many times, sometimes that I thought my middle name was that. Civilian life and military life. Okay, but here's where I differ. I'll tell you about that next time. Good morning, on there.
History does repeat itself. It's called Black Hawk Down.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Brandon, he sent 700 ground troops back to Somalia.
Right. I saw that the other day. I know. I couldn't believe that. Mm-hmm. Well, because we don't go in to win, we go in to be political. We don't go in to win. So. And this sounds so familiar.
It sounds real familiar.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a disaster, just like Afghanistan was a disaster.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Afghanistan was a disaster, but we never ever at the end. Yeah.
Made a very slow mistake, and now they're trying to blame Trump, and he's not even the White House. Brandon could have rescinded that order any time.
Yeah.
Instead of having a January 6th committee meeting, or at that time it was the impeachment proceedings, he could have stepped up his guard and took everything out of Afghanistan, including all the weapons.
Yeah. Instead of leaving them billions of dollars of weapons. Yeah, which is what they did. Yeah. Well, let's surely hope not. Mm. Mm-hmm. They will be, because we always messaging our arrival. So. Mm-hmm. It's because you don't know who the good guys is and who the bad guys is, and the day after that it may be opposite. So you never know. Yeah, yes they do. Hey, appreciate it. Let me take this garbage guy, but wait forever. Good morning. Who's this? This is he.
I know the last two calls, you gave this guy the last guy just got the phone. You let him talk, then you came in. Afterwards, you didn't shout over like you did the previous caller. So that's what some of people.
I was in agreement with him.
That's not how you pull out, dude.
Says who? Yeah. Well, it won't be 5, but we ain't got 5 minutes left. Well, it's tradition. It's got nothing to do with empathy. Yeah, you don't got, because 700 people were killed in Chicago last year. The president never went there. 300 people killed in other cities. President will go there. They do. The Democratic Party always brings up race. Because the Democratic Party would have you think, they would have you think that all 100% of black folks, at least 99%, wait a minute, support the Democratic Party. And that's not true. But we have been convinced that we do. He didn't say he was superior. The man never said that. I think he's superior. I think he is superior in his performance than the guy in there now is. Yes. Well, wait a minute. Well, I gotta go. Time's up. I'll give you 2 minutes on the other side. If I can, I got a guest coming. If you get time, I gotta go.
FA12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Tuesday. Federal officials confirm the U.S. has passed 1 million COVID deaths, and 3 out of every 4 were people 65 and older. Right now, the U.S. is averaging about 300 COVID-19 deaths per day, and experts warn new cases are on the rise. As the formula shortage continues, a mother in Goshen is stepping up to help. Bailey Winters is donating her breast milk to those struggling to find formula. So far, she's donated 250 ounces of breast milk. Auburn University's new president is officially taking over. Today is Chris Roberts' first official day on the job. He's called Auburn home for nearly 3 decades and served as the dean of the College of Engineering for 10 years. He wants to continue to attract high-achieving students while making the school accessible and affordable. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your WSFA Morning Headlines.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. President Biden and the First Lady will arrive in Buffalo soon to pay respects at the Top supermarket, where 10 people, most of them black, were gunned down in a mass shooting Saturday. The Bidens will meet with families of the victims and first responders. We've learned the 18-year-old suspect had plans to target other locations. Correspondent Ed O'Keefe has more.
Aides say the president will renew his calls to pass gun control legislation establishing universal background checks for purchasing firearms and a ban on high-capacity assault weapons and magazines. But there's no sign the closely divided House and Senate can pass that kind of bill in this midterm election year.
Voters are going to the polls in several states. Some races are considered a test of Donald Trump's enduring political power.
5 states, including the Tar Heel state, hold closely watched primaries today.
Shorter line than last time we voted, but a different time of day. We came first thing this morning, so we thought maybe we'd avoid the crowds.
Voters here will select Democratic and Republican nominees for the U.S. Senate seat of Republican Richard Burr, who is retiring. Controversial Republican Congressman Madison Cawthorn is facing 7 challengers. Jim Crisula, CBS News, Oak Ridge, North Carolina.
Prices keep going up, but Americans keep shopping. The Commerce Department has just released new retail sales numbers. They were up 0.9% in April, despite an almost 40-year high in inflation. Sales driven by more spending on cars, electronics, and restaurants. With gas prices at an average of $4.52 a gallon today, it's no wonder electric vehicle registrations soared 60% in the first quarter, while others dropped. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert reports more manufacturers are jumping on the bandwagon.
Tesla remains number one in EV sales by a wide margin. Kia, Hyundai, and Ford are making inroads. Lots of new electric vehicles are hitting the market right now, including Ford's F-150 Lightning electric pickup. Chevy is building Bolts again after an interruption, and Cadillac has started building its first EV, the Lyriq.
Those gas prices aren't stopping Americans from making plans to hop in the car for holiday getaways. AAA's Ellen Edmonds.
We're expecting 34.9 million people to take to the roads for Memorial Day weekend, and that is an increase over last year, despite those higher gas prices, which everybody's been dealing with now for a few months.
Queen Elizabeth bouncing back after a difficult bout with COVID. The 96-year-old made a surprise appearance at Paddington Station in central London. She wore sunshine yellow, smiled brightly as she unveiled a plaque stating she'd officially opened the Elizabeth line. This is CBS News.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results where few people ever look. We also pull up the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. That's 800-401-6681.
Philip.
Iran-backed Hezbollah loses in Lebanon.
Come on, now it's going to be this call back in about 5 or 6 minutes. I just had to put you on hold. So when you hear me come back on the air, then call in.
Saudi Arabia made gains. Okay. Hezbollah's critics blame the movement for an economic collapse in Lebanon.
You know, that's
Hezbollah says it is not responsible for widespread
Thank you, sir.
corruption.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
A protest movement also gained 10% of the seats in Lebanon's fractured parliament. Linda Gradstein for CBS News, Jerusalem.
Doctors have recommended the Pope use a wheelchair, a cane, and physical therapy for his bad knee, but the 85-year-old has his own ideas. He was riding in his Pope-mobile in St. Peter's Square when he stopped near a group of Mexican seminarians and joked what he really needs to help with the pain is a shot of tequila. The seminarians laughed and promised to deliver a bottle to the Santa Maria Hotel where he lives. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing Dr. Alderson and the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I've been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call, 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
I tend to second guess dinners with friends because they're often interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI. Visit Creon.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON.com.
Sponsored by AbbVie.
Sometimes you need things done around your house or land that your lawnmower or weed eater just can't handle. That's when you call Prattville Farm Center. They bring their own crew and equipment and clear whatever you need. They say no job is too small. I've been going to Prattville Farm Center for years, and I like dealing with hometown folks. They get the job done right and get it done quickly. If you have land that needs clearing, call Randy at Prattville Farm Center on South Memorial Drive in Prattville. Call 365-5400.
Retired Colonel James Henderson, ordained minister.
KIV shut the churches down, but kept the abortion clinics open. KIV murder when she allowed Randy Blanchard adopts children. She stands for life. She's the most pro-life candidate for governor I've ever known. That's why I'm supporting Randy Blanchard, the governor we need.
Paid by Blanchard for Governor, Box 241331, Montgomery, Alabama.
Mike Costanza with Chappie's Deli.
And Jeff Branco from Chappie's. Yeah, what is that doing? We're trying to work on a Chappie's Deli commercial. Just drinking our Chappie's Deli brand bottled water. This is the best water I've ever had. Here, Mike, try it.
It kind of tastes just like water to me.
Look at the label. Pure spring water. It's all from a fresh mountain spring.
Doesn't all bottled water come from a spring?
Look, Mike, you can even see through it.
Yeah, it looks just like regular water to me.
Yep, it's a fact. He's in love with it too. Hurry in to get yours before Mike drinks it all.
Folks, come get your Chappie's Deli bottled water that you can see from a mountain spring. And it tastes a lot like, well, water at any Chappie's Deli. Perry Hill, Pepper Tree, Baptist South, Prattville, and Auburn.
The City of Montgomery Department of Cultural Affairs is calling all creative minds. The department exists to engage, enlighten, and elevate a diverse, inclusive cultural arts community. They're committed to strengthening and showcasing organizational and individual cultural endeavors in our hometown. To advance this cause, they're seeking individual artists, artisans, advocacy groups, schools, and avid patrons of the arts. If this is you, visit montgomeryal.gov and click on the Cultural Affairs page to register to be part of Montgomery's creative community.
It's Dan Bongino, every weekday from 2 till 5 p.m. right here on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Okay, we are back. Before we go, I got a guest coming up on the phone in a couple of minutes here, so I'll get to him in a second. But first, let me tell you a little bit about men. You know, when you get a certain age, things happen to you. Okay, some good, some not so good, some could be better. But this morning, we're going to talk about one of those things, testosterone. And it's a chemical, okay, given in more abundance to men than it is to women. Although women got a little bit. But men need it. Men need it to feel like men, you know. Get that libido thing working up, get your energy going up, help you lose a little weight, and all kinds of things. So if you have noticed that you don't have the energy that you used to have, you know, mama don't do for you what she used to do for you, but it ain't her, it's you. And so what you need to do is call Montgomery Men's Health and get your low T test. See whether or not you got low testosterone. And that means that the things that make us men, sometimes that's a chemical thing there. Sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. Okay. So you need to go and get that for $99. You can go over to Men's Health in Montgomery. But first, give them a call, 334-440-3663. 440-3663. Area code 334-440-3663. Okay. It ought to be part of your regular health checkup process. Check that low T, because you may not have no T. And if you don't have no T, then it's hard to get any T, if you know what I'm saying. So you need to go check it out. $99, $99, and it checks your PSA. That's your prostate thing. I'm not a doctor, so I can't really tell you what that means, but I know you need it. Whatever they're going to give you, you need it. Okay. So if any of this sounds familiar to you, you're tired all the time. When you get home, you want to lay on the couch, and you can't cut the grass. You can't do nothing. And when I say do nothing, that's what I mean. Do nothing. You need to get on the phone, call 334-440. Okay, 440-3663. Let me get that number one more time. 334-440-3663. And that is Montgomery Men's Health. They're waiting for your call right now. Don't let low T, okay, be an impediment in a great life that you could live. It's the best $99 that you've ever spent. Okay. Now listen for the guys. I don't know about the women thing, but I know about the guys thing. Okay, you got to have that T. All right. So you need T to be me. So give them a call. 334-440-3663. Okay, on the phone with us from some parts of somewhere in Montgomery, Alabama, is our phone guest. So you guys just hold on. You might want to ask him a question. We got Mr. Philip Insler, who is running for District 74. Going to give him a couple minutes to tell us why, even though I live in that district, why I should vote for him as opposed to the person that's there already. Good morning there, Philip.
Good morning, and appreciate you having me on, and good morning to everyone that's listening. I'm going to put you on the spot in front of all your listeners.
Yeah, okay.
Happy belated birthday. I know it was yesterday. Wishing you all the best and many blessings. And hey, we all want to ask you to say how old you are, but age is only a number.
No, but no. If you can live to be 65 and look as good as I do, you brag about it. Okay, you don't hide it, you brag it. Yeah. Well, humility has its place. Yeah.
No, and all jokes aside, it's good to be on. Did test positive for COVID, which seems to be spreading more in our community lately. So I'm at home. So hopefully we'll be back out there soon. And I know in our country we hit 1 million deaths recently, and certainly keeping my thoughts and prayers for all those families that have lost a loved one. And wanted to just start on that note, but thank God for my health. And we'll see back out there soon. But right, I'm running for Alabama House District 74. For people listening in, the state legislature, not too long ago, redrew the district. The 74 is a little bit different than it had been, and now it includes Woodley Park, Spring Valley, and the most southern part. Goes all the way up to even part of Chisholm, and then many neighborhoods in between that, Long Meadows, Green Acres, Del Reyna, and anywhere that's in those, or most places that are in those areas. But the reason I'm running, and I think about it, less about that I'm running against a person or multiple people. I think about it that I'm running for the values and the ideas that I have. More importantly, from what I hear in the community. People, whether they are white or black, Democrat, Republican, want to have leadership that's accessible, that's honest, and that fight for the issues that really matter. And one of the biggest issues that I hear from residents throughout the district is gun violence. They want to make sure, that there are common sense gun measures in place, that we have programs in place that are going to help deter people from violence. So that's one of the main reasons I'm running. But overall, try to be a servant leader and need more of that. Too many people in politics that are caught up in the title or the ego and all sorts of nonsense. We need people that are going to roll up their sleeves, and day in and day out, be in the community doing the work.
If I were to ask you, let me rephrase that. First of all, we're not going to stop any. You can't have a policeman in every home, and I'm tired of this shooting too. You cannot. But being pragmatic, you cannot have a policeman in every home. You can't have them on every corner. There are going to be crooks who do things. We got a hell of a lot more people than we got policemen. But if I were to ask you, would you support a minimum without parole, a minimum of 5 years in jail if you commit a crime, in the commission of a crime, and you use a gun? Would you support such legislation with no parole?
You're in 5 years without parole if you use the gun, whether you fire it or not.
Right. Whether you fired or not.
From a legal standpoint, I'll share this with your listeners. I am a lawyer. If someone legally has a gun on them, but they commit a crime where they don't use the gun, but it's on them, that's a little bit different. So I wouldn't support 5 years without parole. In that kind of broad language. Now, look, if someone uses a gun or they shoot it or they brandish it, I think thinking about having a stricter penalty in that sense can help. But let me just say this about I know that often the conversation turns to that as well, increasing the punishment side. For a lot of, and I taught at Lehigh School, and I'm happy to while we talk more into talk about education. For a lot of young people that are using the gun, they're not thinking about how harsh this sentence is, right? They're not thinking about, well, let me not do it. So if we're really truly trying to deter gun violence, we have to appeal to our young people that are using guns in the first place. All this talk about harsher sentences, yes, there has to be accountability, there has to be consequences, but I think too often that's a crutch that we fall into is, well, let's just talk about the sentences. I can tell you from all the young people that I've worked with, and some who are serving life sentences, and others who are graduating college with honors, that we have to focus on appealing, teaching them to be good young people and citizens. That's really the best long-term strategy.
My problem is not, here's the problem. Nobody really gives a crap about the law until they get caught. Okay? And I hear what you're saying. And I believe in our Constitution. But we have gotten with freedom comes responsibility. And either we as a society take care of it, because evidently parents won't do it. So it's too late to talk about punishment after you already killed somebody, robbed somebody, shot somebody, maimed somebody. I think it's time we get tough on the other side, and that's the punishment side, because obviously the motivating speeches, the marches, the prayer walks, and all that stuff, they're good stuff, but they're not doing the job. So we need to be tough on the side we can control, and that's how long your butt stays in jail. But you won't support that. I would. Hate it, but I would.
And I think there absolutely should be consequences and accountability. You can't just give people a free pass. But I think the conversation, and this is where we boil things down and make it too simple, that it has to be a multitude of things, right? It has to be that, yes, there's legally the second part, but we have to have conflict resolution training programs, right? Have things that truly are going to address and try to get young people. You were talking about testosterone, right before I came on. For men, especially young men, right when they're in high school or in their early 20s, don't always know how to channel all that testosterone and all those emotions and that anger. So we can skirt the problem, or we can be honest about it. And we have to be honest and say, well, are we actually teaching and equipping our young men, with the mindset, with the heart, with the capabilities to not make those decisions? Right, a lot of that does start at home. It does start with families, but it's also something where we can offer those in schools, we can offer those in churches. I would love to see more of that. Look, it's like having an illness. You can treat some of the symptoms, but if you get it at the core, like the root cause of it, now you're talking about setting yourself up for long-term health.
I think somebody wants to ask you a question here. Good morning, you're on with Philip Insel.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, I agree with you, Karen, on that stuff alone and the family death. He has a problem with that status on these law enforcement. What you say about that?
I don't know, but I got Philip. You don't have a question for him that I presume. Did you hear him, Phil?
I did not hear the question. What was it?
I say, we have what do you think about us having a double standard from the law enforcement and how it's being enforced in our society through our members?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There is we saw this with even the Buffalo situation, and I want to just acknowledge, I know how many people are hurting and just traumatized by that incident. I know so many people that now will not go to the grocery store feeling the same way. But right, I mean, there is a double standard in America, and I've worked on criminal justice policy, and the reality is that we sentence black men more harshly than white men for the same crimes. So, right, if it's different crimes, different situation. But if you look at it apples to apples, we have consistently seen this, and even in the language, right? I think they described the man that committed the murder in Buffalo, as just a teenage boy. But then well, chances are that if that were a young black man of the same age, it would be described that way, as a young black, as a black man, I guess they're a teenager. So no, I think there's double standards in the way as a society we talk about it, and there's a double standard even in the sentencing if you look at it, side by side throughout the country.
Okay, let's take another call. Good morning, on with Philip Insler.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning, Philip.
Good morning.
Are you going to be accessible to the public, especially the people in the residents that live in your district?
Yes, ma'am, and I know. Yes, ma'am. And I'm not just saying that. I have been, no matter what, my role has been. I sometimes family and friends give me a hard time because they say I'm always on my phone. And I promise I'm not playing games on it. It's that I'm trying to respond to people that have questions, that have concerns. I think part of being a state legislator is not just passing laws. It's right. It's being there as someone for the community and for the district. I did this last time I was on the show, and I'm happy to share it now. I know some people advise it.
Go ahead. You're taking up my 3 minutes, Philip.
Sure, go ahead. Well,
3 minutes. Hold on. Are you going to engage with the residents and listen to ideas they might have concerning problems that we're experiencing in your district?
Absolutely, and I've been going to neighborhood association meetings throughout the district, and that's something.
Not just neighborhood meetings. I'm talking about if I called you and say, Philip, I have an idea for how to resolve this issue that is causing havoc in the city or whatever it might be. Would you sit down and listen to me or anyone else that might have concerns?
Absolutely, and I
or would you just listen to groups, organizations?
Right, so I absolutely will listen one-on-one. What I was getting ready to do is to share my cell phone number so that you could reach out one-on-one. And what I was going to say was that in addition to neighborhood association meetings, right, only one part of it, always happy to meet one-on-one with people, whether it's in person, whether it's by phone. I think that those dialogues, were so essential, and it's a two-way street, for elected representatives to, hear from residents, both about the issues, but also ideas we have. So happy to share my number if that's something that you want.
Well, share it as soon as we come back. I got to take a break. We'll be back. Philip Insler on the phones from someplace in the great city of Montgomery. He'll take some of the college questions when we come back for a little bit longer. And then got to boot, scoot, and shoot. We'll be back. Can't use that word. No, I don't want to use that word. We'll be back.
Brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 14. 1440.
Sponsored by SweetGrownAlabama.org.
Southern summers have a few key features: the endless sunshine, weekend beach trips, and of course, the incredible farm fresh produce bursting with flavor in every bite. Find and support your local farmer today at SweetGrownAlabama.org.
I know I'm too grown. Good morning, Montgomery. Chantilly Parkway is right on highway. It's actually on the ramp from 85 southbound onto Chantilly Parkway, so watch out for that. Outside of that, we're looking good. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. New Toyotas are arriving daily at Reinhardt Toyota on the East Boulevard. You can also see their entire inventory and shop online at ReinhardtToyota.com. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Selecting the best choice for tires can be confusing with all the brands and options available. Trust the #1 rated tire pros in Montgomery at Chico's Auto Pros for your tire needs.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
What is the general rule for an election? We have a chance to take back the House and the Senate this year to stop the worst presidency in the modern era. We cannot take for granted that we're going to hold that seat in Pennsylvania. You need the most conservative that can win. That can win. I believe strongly that's Dr. Oz. I don't tell people how to vote. That's going to be up to the people of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I will tell you, there will be consequences. Look at the Club for Growth. Sending in millions of dollars so they support all these positions. We can't get in touch with them. They won't answer my call. And I'm telling you, all these races, we now see a movement where Trump-endorsed candidates are now being targeted. There's like $45 million that was dropped on Dr. Oz's head in negative ads.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Are you a real estate investor looking to refinance one or more of your properties? Most lenders only work with cookie-cutter W-2 borrowers. At Cash Call Mortgage, we have loans designed specifically for investment properties. We qualify customers based on the cash flow from the investment property. Borrowers can get up to $2.5 million. That's right, $2.5 million. No tax returns or employment verification needed for our investment property loans, and absolutely no lender or broker fees. If you're a real estate investor looking to refinance a mortgage on one or more of your investment properties, give Cash Call Mortgage a try. Just if you qualify, visit cashcallmortgage.com or call now 800-940-0226. That's 800-940-0226. 800-940-0226.
Cash Call Mortgage is a DBA of Impact Mortgage Corp. NMLS ID 128231. Not all applicants will qualify. Equal housing lender. Licensed by California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Residential Mortgage Lending Act license number 4131083. Not licensed in all states including New York. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing terms and restrictions. Or visit cashcallmortgage.com.
It's just very inconsiderate when you're sitting around them getting your hair done. He had to stop and do all this coughing in the hair. It was just too much. Way too much. So she ended up coming to get involved. And with my clients, I always ask, turn to the mirror and ask, where do they want the cut to start, how long, whatever. She showed me where she wanted the cut to stop, so I cut everything. She looked in the mirror, she said she liked it, and she let it. And y'all won't believe what she said when she texted me the next day saying to refer to me.
On one of those internet companies to hopefully call you back. Just Lines and Travel is here to make sure your home has a look and feel of the best American-made real your guests will love them as much as you do. For over 35 years, Just Lines has been a trusted local source.
Whenever I tap my bracelet, my dove so she knows I'm at her. It doesn't matter.
When it's time to get a new vehicle, Larry Puckett Chevrolet is the best place to find your new Chevy or a great used car. New cars, SUVs, and trucks are being delivered daily, and Larry Puckett has their largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in over a year. Check them out online at LarryPuckett.com or visit them on Oxford Road in Prattville. And if you have an extra vehicle, bring it in for an instant cash offer. Whether you're selling or trading, your vehicle will never be worth more. Larry
This
Puckett
chain
Chevrolet.
belonged to my great grandmother. It's probably more than 100 years
It's a
old.
little different for everyone. For some, it's a place to gather. For others, a place to rest. And for others, it's a place that was a place to rest or gather until they built the stadium 2 blocks away, and now all you hear is a roaring crowd or someone asking if you're ready to rock. No, you're not ready to rock. But no matter where you call, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save on home and car insurance. Easier than trying to drown out 40,000 people by speaking really loudly. I tend to second guess dinners with friends because they're often interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit Creon.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
If you're in the market for a new home or your dream home, go with a lender you can count on for competitive rates. Over 300 loan products and thousands of loan consultants to help make sure you get the home and the mortgage that you want. Call now to see if you're pre-approved. 866-888-LOAN. 866-888-LOAN. Or go to LoanDepot.com. Loan Depot, where home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states. He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
All righty. On the phone with us from somewhere in Montgomery, Alabama, is Philip Insler. Just as a note, I did actually reach out and touch his competitor trying to run, so I always got to give everybody the same opportunity to come on the air, but he did not want to come on the air, so I can tell you, so I'm not going to call anybody's name. No free advertisement. But we did try that. We did try to get him on with Philip. As a matter of fact, I've tried a couple of times, as a matter of fact, but he's not there. Let me take one more call for Philip Insler, who's running for District 74 as a Democrat. Philip, why Democrat as opposed to Republican?
Sure, I want to just quickly for the last caller, show my number. And for anyone else out there, this is how successful I am. Happy to talk on the phone after the meeting. My number is 334-235-9814. Again, that's 235-9814. And that's how serious this minute I am. Working with everyone, hearing everyone out. Really want to work with residents one-on-one. To the previous caller, Ms. Brenda, please do reach out. 235-9814.
All right. Why the Democratic Party?
Right. So running as a Democrat, and I'm a proud Democrat, and the reason for that is that I think the Democratic Party speaks more having an inclusive community, making sure that everyone is welcome. And I also think that, look, things start at home, they start with individual responsibility, but there are also things that are our own that we just can't do. So having a party that stands for collective action at times, that stands for trying to mobilize people, and have some support in place, I think is important. But look, put aside I don't know, put aside that I ask that the people listening, look beyond just the label, right? If you can have someone running as a Democrat and they're not, don't have their heart, or they're not a person, or they haven't done the work in the community, and same on the other side. So I would ask people to hear me out on the issues. Look, I think that gun violence is a huge issue in our community. We have to do more about it. I taught at Lee High School, so I work firsthand in our schools. I know what our teachers experience. I know what our kids experience. And I've continued to work with them, though, for the last 10 years to expose Montgomery public school students to college and career opportunities, make sure that we're helping them stay on a good path, thinking about economic development within the city and throughout the district. There's so much more we can be doing to support small businesses and entrepreneurs. I've always focused on the issues, and I think one of the most important things when I hear this from people is that they want representatives, whether they are Democrat, Republican, white, or black. They want someone that's going to fight and speak to real issues. People turn on the TV, they see some of these commercials, and they don't hear any connection or anything that's relevant to the day-to-day. People want safe neighborhoods. They want to know that cars aren't going to fly down the street, and potentially, get a child that's playing in the street. So, yes, running in the Democratic primary, May 24th, the focus on the issues and solutions.
Okay, let's take another call for you. Good morning. You're on the phone with Philip Insel.
Hey, sir. Mr.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Pretty good. At first I just say Democrat, but after your answer, it didn't take me long to figure it out. Now, on the gun violence, what is your proposal?
So, a few things. One, I think we need to listen to law enforcement and not defund the police. Because right now, right, and the past session, the majority of the state legislature did not listen to law enforcement. They ignored our own Sheriff Cunningham. They ignored sheriffs all throughout the state, and they passed a bill to carry guns without a permit. And I talked to MPD officers, I talked to sheriffs, and they say that has made is going to make their job that much harder. So we have to listen to them. We have to make sure that they have the resources to do their job.
What state that has the same law is caused problems?
With the permitless carry bill,
states that have the same law. Which one of them does it cause problems with?
So if what you would say is that, so I'm not looking at other states, I'm looking at what our own law enforcement here in Montgomery, there'll be a lot of yard signs out.
Same law. If they have problems,
I would have to look into those 17 states. But sir, I'm listening to our Montgomery.
What law are you proposing?
So right. So I would not allow for all.
Okay, well, let him answer your question there, curmudgeon. I mean, let him answer.
But you're not allowed to answer the question. So we should not allow the carry guns without permit. I would again listen to what our own sheriff said. And also
you're not going to do anything about that.
Right. So what I think we need to focus on are the root causes that are causing some of the gun violence.
Okay, never mind. Listen, let me give you the last word, Mr. Insler. Well, one more thing I got to ask you. Abortion, and it's a big deal. None of this means anything if you're not able to live. Guns, we got a problem with guns, which I agree with you, but we don't seem to have a problem with killing kids in the womb. Would you support an all-out ban on abortion, except for those when the life of the mother, which even that's kind of tough, but even the life of the mother is at stake?
I would not support all that. The legislature already has passed a year down. But look, I know that people have strongly held religious beliefs. The First Amendment, the right for you to have freedom of religion is so important. But we should allow them individuals to choose. If an individual has strongly held religious beliefs in which that they want to have a baby, then that should be their decision. But if a woman wants to decide with her doctor, we should allow that privacy as well, and for her to make that decision. This is a free country, or we always say it is, and we should allow individuals to make the choice that's best for them.
All righty then. Let me take one more call for you. Good morning, on there with Philip Insler.
Okay.
Yes.
I apologize. apologize. And I thought your birthday was on the 23rd. Your brother, Mama, you missed your son's birthday. I think you mean Mrs. birthday. Who? Papa Cannon. Oh, that's not till the 23rd. No. You missed your son's birthday.
Yeah, but yeah, well, that's okay. Okay, I okay. Appreciate it. Let me take one more for. I got a guest on the line with us right now, Philip Insler. No, I don't think he's from Virginia. Philip, you from Virginia?
No, sir, I'm not from Virginia. I've been to Virginia, but I'm not from there.
Yeah, I think so. No. Okay. All right. Let me get one more, then I got to go to my last break an hour. Good morning on there with Philip Insler.
Good morning.
Yes.
Sir, would you be in?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you be what's in the Federal Drive? You not the district.
Yes, ma'am. Federal Drive is. Yes, Federal Drive is in the district.
Okay. Number 2, last question. Okay. If you lose, are you gonna fall back in the woodwork, or are you gonna stay out here and fight?
I'm absolutely going to stay out, and let me say this. I ran for the school board 4 years ago, and I lost. What it motivated me to do was to work that much harder in the community, and I had already been working hard, serving students, but I continue to do that. The young people are watching me, right, and they want to see at what kind of winner or loser I am. So no, ma'am, I see myself as a public servant, win or lose, and I will keep doing everything I've done. And I want to say this point more broadly intended to your question. When I'm knocking on doors, talking to people everywhere from Chisholm all the way down to Woodley Park and in between, they are not talking about the questions and issues that have come up today. They want to know, right, are there going to be programs and resources to support, children in the community? They want to know, are we going to have, counselors in the schools that are going to support children? They want to know, hey, there's an abandoned building, what can I do to turn that into a small business? So I'm focused on solutions. I'm not going to get caught up in some of these, other political gotchas. We have real work to do. I'm always going to listen. We may not always agree on everything, but we have to make sure that we're going to deliver. There are things we can do. There are baseball parks, right, in both of those parts of the district. I've been reaching out to Major League Baseball, to say, hey, let's try to have a partnership where you all support, people in the community. So to everyone listening, to put aside at times the Democrat Republican label and focus on, who actually has been rolling up their sleeves. So yes, ma'am, to answer your question, I'm a public servant and will do that regardless of the outcome.
Okay. Let me, this is going to be rare, so I want you to put this on your calendar, Philip. I must say, you are not a Johnny-come-lately when it comes to kids and things of that nature. You've been out there. You've been a soldier on the battlefield, even at the expense of, even at your own personal expense sometimes, taking them out of this environment, taking them to see other things in different parts of the country. And to that, my friend, I commend you for doing that. So you're not a Johnny-come-lately. So answer her question. I think you'll even do more. But I must ask this one question. I know you're gonna get tired of it, but I gotta ask it. Everything that you mentioned in this interview this morning, or this conversation this morning, is about the quality of life of our children and our grown folks. But you are really willing to allow people to destroy that life before it gets started in abortion. How can we, isn't that somewhat hypocritical to give people the right to deny that life existence, but talk about the things of life is what you represent?
It's not hypocritical because we have some people that are so focused on saying that they're pro-life, but then don't want to do a darn thing about actually supporting life as it is. So we have to make sure that, if we are truly in Alabama going to say that we're pro-life, we have to make sure that we have good prenatal care programs, good pre-K programs. We have to have good, health programs, all the way through life. We have to help, young people get into college, into careers, and into the military. From elderly people that are concerned about, are they going to be able to pay their bills or pay for health care? Those are life issues.
But if you don't live, but Philip, if you don't live, you don't have the opportunity to do any of that.
Right, but Kevin, that is as a man, I'm not going to dare to venture into what a woman, bearing a child, to birth. That is a decision based off of her and her faith. And her
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to get involved.
Okay. Well, that's fair, but it's kind of a sneaking out the back door kind of thing. Listen, you got a couple minutes. Tell the folks why they should vote for you for District 74.
Sure. So I after college, was a public school teacher here at the high school in Montgomery. As you said, Kelvin, Kevin, started the program for students. I went to law school, and have since then been very involved in policy work. So I know how to write laws, know how to write legislation. But most importantly, I try to stand up to be a good person and be a good role model, a good example. So I ask for the vote of your the residents of District 74 on May 24th to make sure that we have servant leaders and we have people that are going to work together, both with Democrats, but then also across the aisle where we can. Again, my name is Philip Ensler, and the website is philipensler.com. That's PhillipEnsler. I look forward to hearing more from people in the community. We have so much work we can do to continue to move Alabama forward from an economic development standpoint, from an opportunity standpoint, and I'm looking forward to and ask for the support so I can continue to do that and strengthen our village together.
Okay, Philip, thank you for joining us this morning and taking my tough questions. We don't totally agree on everything, but I agree one thing about it. I think you would probably make a fine representative. I'll have to convince you that other stuff at a later time. Thank you very much.
Keep the dialogue going. That's part of democracy. I'm glad to be on it and always happy to come back on.
Okay, thank you. We'll be back right after this.
Alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. And Allstate Better Protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Plenty of sunshine today after a few morning clouds. Temperatures up around 90 degrees. It will be comfortable in the humidity department, but 90 degrees is 90 degrees. And with the sun, it will certainly feel very warm. For tonight, actually very comfy, down to 60 degrees, mostly clear. We'll have a good deal of sunshine Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with some clouds mixed in. Temperatures much warmer. We're talking mid-90s, perhaps a few upper 90s. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Hello, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send anyone on an alternate route. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Get your best deal in Reinhardt Prattville on the car, truck, or SUV of your choice. Then, after all is done, tell them you want an additional $1,000 off. You'll get it. Reinhardt Prattville. Buckle up. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Selecting the best choice for tires can be confusing with all the brands and options available. Trust the #1 rated tire pros in Montgomery at Chico's Auto Pros for your tire needs.
Folks in Otaga and Elmore counties know the difference between right and wrong. When politicians say one thing but do another, it's time for change in the state.
Rick and Bubba, pass the biscuit, please.
He's a husband, a father, and a Christian conservative. Jerry Starnes is a Purple Heart decorated veteran. Jerry Starnes is a man of strong character, a man who loves his wife, and a man you can trust. Paid for by Starnes for
Rick and Bubba, Rick and
1695 Winstone Way, Prattville, Alabama, 36066.
Millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolio.
Which means millions are missing out on the benefits of diversification.
It could be anyone.
Could be anyone.
Your plumber.
Yeah, I'm here to fix your toilet.
Your nudist yoga instructor.
What's up, dude?
Your ex-girlfriend.
It's not you. It's me.
Or even you. While millions of Americans don't diversify their portfolios, you could be diversifying yours by investing in blue chip art with Masterworks. Go to masterworks.io and
important disclosures at masterworks.io/disclaimer.
Summer's just around the corner, so stock up on your favorite Untucked shirts to look sharp and feel casual even as temperatures start to rise. Untucked shirts are designed to be worn untucked. They have the perfect untucked length and fits for all shapes and sizes. Try new arrivals like sweat-wicking performance shirts and short-sleeve button-downs to help beat the heat. This summer, keep your cool in Untucked shirts designed to be worn untucked. Use code SUNSHINE for 20% off your first purchase at untucked.com.
Katie Britt is a law and order Christian conservative running for the Senate to secure our border and protect hardworking Alabama families from violent crime. As Alabama's senator, Katie Britt will fight to finish President Trump's wall, and she'll always back the lead. Here's Shelby County Sheriff John 17May.
With the Biden liberals trying to defund our police, we need a senator who will have our back. And that's why I'm supporting Katie Britt. Katie will get tough on violent criminals, fight for stronger borders, to keep illegal immigrants and deadly drugs out of Alabama. Take it from me, Katie Britt is a strong conservative who will keep your family safe.
Sheriff Samaniego has it right. Christian conservative Katie Britt is tough on crime and tough on illegal immigration. And she's ready to fight for Alabama families.
I'm Katie Britt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Britt for Alabama.
I'm Dr. Anita Chandra with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. As a parent, it can be scary to hand the car keys to your teenager. To help your teen stay safe, be a good role model and follow traffic laws yourself. Set rules for your teen, including wearing a seatbelt, driving only during the day, and with limited distractions, including from their passengers. Finally, make sure your teen knows it is never okay.
Where does the time go when you're having
For a
fun?
sample driving agreement for teens, visit healthychildren.org.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Okay, we got about 5 minutes left or so. Take these calls. Thanks Phil for calling us. It is an amazing thing to me though, this whole abortion conversation. We talk about the quality of life in our politics, but then we talk about getting rid of life. I don't quite get it. Anyway, good morning on there quickly. Yes. Yeah, right. And we got gun control laws already up there. Yep. All right, appreciate it. Good morning, who's this?
This guy and Pedro always want to play the kumbaya like they both love them. They don't love each other, well. But anyway, Cal, you need fire your engineer, but he cannot get your station right. You got a lot of static in your station.
So, yeah, we got a thing out, but the engineers are working on it. But you can always use the app, on the phone. No, but AM is, it's been around a long time, brother. So you're talking to me because I'm just floating around. I'm just floating around in the boat. Hey, I'm just floating around in the boat, hoping I don't get flushed. Man, we got one of the best. You got to get the parts. Where the parts come from? Don't the parts all come from China right now? Come on, brother. Anyway. Well, again, listen. Do I look like? I got you. Good morning on there.
Good morning, Kevin.
Yes.
How are you?
Fine. Quickly, because I'm running out of time.
Good. Yeah. I wanted to ask Mr. Hensler if he was from Northern Kentucky or Ohio. I do a bunch of stuff. I used to work with a guy. But anyway, the question of abortion is moot in Alabama anyway because of the law that we passed. It's under states' rights. they're going to be competing for these slaughterhouses all across the country. All they've done, and this is what Clarence Thomas was trying to say, politicizing the court. God bless him. And that is that you'd be surprised who's going to invest in these big mega.
Man, I hope. Yeah, I hope.
I mean, anybody that's still mentioning abortion in Alabama, we ought to vote them out of office. Don't even vote for them.
All right, appreciate it. Running out of time. Good morning. Who's this?
I know you stopped that out just about a minute.
Yes.
Okay. They're saying about the person that's running for the position as far as the voting business is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so how many years you have been in a position. I'll use teachers, for example. Okay, it's been, say, 10 years, 15 years, and a person been there for 5. It all depends on the performance while you're there. That's the most important part. You should look for the person's concerned. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. That's it. Hey, I gotta go because I'm almost out of time. Real quick, just got 10 seconds. Good morning, you on there? Good morning, you on there? Okay, good. All right then. So that's the end of that hour right there. We ain't gonna be taking no more calls because see this time in the morning people get a little bit crazy. So I'm just gonna let that slide, let that go. We're just gonna move on. Okay, move on. Anyway, well, Philip, but I do have an issue with the whole abortion thing. I mean, I understand that, but how can you say it's we fight for the quality of life, and then we fight to take life? I don't know, but Alabama's got some grid law, but I got a feeling that it's gonna be overturned anyway. So I don't know. So we fight for the quality of life, and we also fight to take other people's lives before they get any quality to it. Okay. I guess there's some logic and reason in that someplace. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. First thing was life. See ya.
Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams of WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Tuesday. Federal officials confirmed the U.S. has passed 1 million COVID deaths, and 3 out of every 4 were people 65 and older.